We have the Huawei P30 Lite, which is the cheapest in the P30 series, and this will set you back by 99,000 naira. But at that price point, you're getting 6.15-inch Full HD screen. Technically speaking, right, the display is quite good, at least for its price tag. But I noticed that the colors are slightly restrained in the default settings. So if you are planning to get this, I'd advise that you go to your settings, go to display, and then select vivid and also choose warm, because this thing has like a blue or cool tint to it. So choosing blue will make it too bluish. I don't know if I'm making sense, but moving away from that, you are getting 6 gigs of RAM on this thing. The former one, that's the P30 Lite, previous version was 4 gigs, but the one that's been launched in Nigeria is actually 6 gigs, along with a 128 gig of base storage. And of course, Huawei is using the Kirin 710 chip and other specs that you'd see right now. One thing that stands out for me with P30 is the design. And guys, this thing is fine. Like, it is so fine, and I feel that when it comes to gradient colors, Huawei is the king of gradient colors. I don't know if any one of you agree with me, but if you compare this thing with other devices with the gradient look, and I'm talking about the Phantom or the Camon, you notice that the Huawei looks more colorful and looks more vibrant. And yeah, it's a glass back and it's actually attractive, but the only downside is it attracts a lot of fingerprint stains, which is why Huawei introduced the plastic case to it. Also notice that the triple camera setup pokes out, which means that this would not see perfectly well on a flat surface. But this is not a deal breaker, since most devices this year all have protruding cameras, including, yes, the iPhone 11. But away from that, guys, this does not come with in-display fingerprint sensor like most flagship devices from other brands that we've seen, but the rear fingerprint sensor on this thing works quite well. The same can also be said for the face unlock. Now, as it should be with any phone in 2019, this comes with USB Type-C ports. Praise the Lord, because it's frustrating when I don't see one on a mid-range device. And in addition to that, you get fast charge. So charging this took me about 1 hour 45 minutes. I will put up the charge times right now so that you can see how long it will charge for every 30 minutes. Beside that, you have the speaker grills. It's a mono speaker, sadly. And as far as the overall sound is concerned, guys, I noticed that the treble can be a bit harsh, but hold on a minute, let me do like a live video right now. I have with me the Camon 12 Pro and of course the Huawei P30 Lite. So I'm gonna do like a test. And then the Huawei. Now this is the loudest. So as you can hear, I wanted to say as you can see, but as you can hear, the Huawei P30 Lite is not the loudest. Well, it gets the job done. But yeah, the Huawei P30 Lite comes with Android Pie along with the EMUI 9. And in terms of bloatware, surprisingly, there were not many bloatwares on this device. I only noticed about 5. Luckily, all of these applications that I mentioned can be uninstalled to save storage. And remember, this uses 128 gig of storage along with a hybrid SIM card slot. Now, in terms of performance, this comes with a Kirin 710 processor, which is an octa-core processor but at a lower clock speed. And during my usage with the device, I didn't notice any lag. And during my time with PUBG, the graphics was set at medium, which is okay. And multitasking was also good. And for those that like the benchmark thing, yes, the benchmark score. Yeah, let's move on to the cameras. Hey, we have 48 MP large cameras. There's also an 8 MP ultra wide angle lens and a 2 MP lens for the depth effect. Now, it is worth noting that you don't actually get 48 MP photos. Well, you can if you go to the settings and then change the default resolution. But what Huawei has done is something called pixel binding, so you end up with a 12MP snap for the best quality. Now what that means is Huawei has taken this 48MP lens and squeezed it into a 12MP picture. I don't know if I'm making sense. Anyways, you can always switch it back to 48MP, but Huawei recommends that you use the 12MP variant. And in terms of quality, right, this shoots really good picture for a mid-range device. I love the look, I love the vibrancy on this thing. Most especially, I love that it is able to undo exposure well. And one thing I noticed is that if you zoom in, you will notice that the software of the P30 Lite kind of sharpens the images quite a bit. Now, as expected, the quality drops when you switch it to the ultra wide angle camera. And let me quickly take a picture. So like I said, quality drops are noticed, and this is also evident when you zoom in to the images. For example, the plant here looks a little bit blurry, but this is quite expected with most wide angle cameras these days. You can actually record using the telephoto lens or the wide angle lens. Anyways, moving on to the front camera, guys, let me take a quick selfie. Based on first impression, I think it does well. I love how it's able to handle exposure. I keep on saying that because I've seen a lot of cameras that sucks when it comes to handling exposure. Sharpness is also retained. If you can zoom in, you can see that there's a bit of details on my eye, on my lip, and yeah, so not a bad front camera. Huawei has also included AIS on the camera, so no shakes were noticed. You also get slow-mo and 3D Qmoji. Now, in addition to that, you get the option to pick from different live bokeh effects. Moving on to the battery life, and this comes with 3340 mAh battery, which obviously supports fast charge, which is cool because you're going to need it, because this thing hardly lasts throughout the day of every use. So that is all for my first impression of the Huawei P30 Lite. I feel that Huawei has been able to retain, the attractiveness and the camera performance of the P30 in an affordable body, and it's really nice to see. But for that price tag of 99,000 naira, what do you think? I'd like to know your thoughts. And yeah, this is currently available pre-order, and those who pre-order gets the chance to win 3 gift items, including an electric toothbrush. Now, after pre-order, you also get to win wristbands as well as double data from Airtel. Now, the pre-order link is down below, guys.